Thomas Jefferson, the quill of liberty and the light of democracy. Thomas Jefferson, 1743 to 1826, one of America's most influential founding fathers, earned the title Father of American Democracy. As the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the third President of the United States, he played an indispensable role in the nation's independence and founding. His relationships with George Washington and John Adams, marked by both deep friendship and political rivalry, shaped the early political landscape of the United States. Early life and education. Born on April 13, 1743, in Shadwell, Virginia, Thomas Jefferson grew up in a prosperous planter family. In 1760, he enrolled at the College of William and Mary, studying law and philosophy under the renowned jurist George Wythe. This education laid a solid foundation for his future political career. By 1767, he began practicing law in Virginia, quickly gaining prominence. The dawn of a political career. In 1774, Jefferson penned a summary view of the rights of British America, a bold critique of British colonial oppression that foreshadowed the independence movement. The following year, he was elected to the Virginia legislature and joined the Continental Congress, stepping onto the national stage, drafting the Declaration of Independence. In 1776, Jefferson was tasked with drafting the Declaration of Independence, where he articulated the timeless ideal that all men are created equal, emphasizing inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Adopted on July 4th after revisions, the document marked the birth of a nation, earning him the moniker Apostle of Liberty, Diplomacy and Domestic Affairs. In 1785, Jefferson became the U.S. Minister to France, engaging with Enlightenment thinkers and absorbing ideals of liberty and equality. Returning in 1789, he served as Washington's first Secretary of State, clashing with Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton over national priorities. Jefferson favored agriculture and decentralization, while Hamilton championed industry and centralized power. After narrowly losing the 1796 presidential election to John Adams and serving as vice president, he won the presidency in 1800. During his tenure, he orchestrated the Louisiana Purchase, acquiring vast territory from France for $15 million, and sent the Lewis and Clark expedition to explore the West. Later years and death. After leaving office in 1809, Jefferson retired to his Monticello estate in Virginia, dedicated himself to education, and founded the University of Virginia. On July 4, 1826, he passed away at age 83, coinciding with John Adams' death on the same day, the 50th anniversary of American independence. A poignant historical footnote. Contributions to nation building. Drafting the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson's greatest legacy is the Declaration of Independence, which not only proclaimed independence, but also established the political ideals of liberty, equality, and popular sovereignty, cornerstones of American identity. The principle that all men are created equal remains a bedrock of democracy, advancing religious freedom and education. In 1779, Jefferson drafted the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, enacted in 1786, which inspired the First Amendment's protection of religious liberty. He also founded the University of Virginia, underscoring education's vital role in a democratic society. The Louisiana Purchase. In 1803, Jefferson secured 828,000 square miles of land from France for $15 million, doubling the nation's size and paving the way for westward expansion and prosperity. Abolishing the slave trade. Though a slaveholder himself, Jefferson signed the 1807 Act prohibiting importation of slaves, a complex yet progressive step toward ending the international slave trade, symbolizing the cessation of the slave trade. Key relationships with Washington and Adams. With George Washington. Jefferson's bond with Washington began during the Revolutionary War, when Washington led the Continental Army and Jefferson served in Congress. In 1789, President Washington appointed him Secretary of State. They collaborated on early national challenges, but Jefferson resigned in 1793 amid disputes with Hamilton, though he continued to revere Washington as the father of the nation. With John Adams. Jefferson and Adams met in 1775 at the Continental Congress, where Adams championed Jefferson's authorship of the Declaration. In 1796, Adams became president with Jefferson as vice president. But foreign policy differences, Adams pro-British, Jefferson pro-French, strained their ties. Jefferson defeated Adams in the 1800 election, fracturing their friendship. Yet, in 1812, they reconciled through letters, debating politics, philosophy, and life until their simultaneous deaths on July 4th, 1826. Conclusion: Thomas Jefferson ignited the flame of liberty with the Declaration of Independence and illuminated the path to democracy through education and territorial expansion. His intricate relationships with Washington and Adams reflect the unity and diversity of America's formative years. His ideas and achievements endure, shining brightly across time.